Hey guys, my name is David. I'm the proud developer of a game in progress called Be Aggressive. Be Aggressive is currently in alpha on itch.io. If you'd like to play it, the link will be down in the description. Today we'll be talking about whether or not you should join game jams when you have a long-term project. I am currently in a game jam. Let's see if we can find it. Here it is right here. 259 people joined. So, Game Maker 20 Game Jam. Hosted by Yo-Yo Games. It is 20 years of Game Maker. I'm working on a long-term project right now, and a lot of my time doing game development focuses around Be Aggressive and bee themes and hexagons and honey, and just trying to solve all of the problems that you find when you're working on a long-term project, like organization and keeping yourself accountable and all the graphics and the systems and the back work, like menus and how the volume works, and every little minute part of the player experience is it's tedious, and there's a lot to it, and it's a lot for one person to handle. And in my opinion, I would say that if you're a developer working on a long-term project and you haven't taken a break in a while, I'd say maybe take a break and don't think about games for a week, maybe. It'll probably be good for your psyche. But if you still want to work on, maybe a new project, give yourself maybe a game jam as a break. I think game jams, for me, I use game jams as a way to separate myself from the project I've been dedicating myself to. So as to not go crazy, just submerging myself in code I've seen a million times. Also, it lets me play with new mechanics. Right now I'm working on this thing with my girlfriend and for the GM 20 Jam. And I've never worked with physics in Game Maker before. So right now I'm just playing with how to get the physics of a ball rolling and torque and impulse, and I have to relearn some high school physics and math, and it's a lot of fun. But I think it's teaching me some interesting concepts, and I'm getting new ideas for that I could add to Be Aggressive to my main project, but I probably won't. But really, what it is it's just going to be a week for me to step away from the project and to work towards polishing up rapid prototyping and seeing if I could put together a polished project in a week. And what a lot of people online will say, a lot of game development gurus, they'll always say it's quantity over quality. Yeah, I think you need to get a couple of games under your belt before you're ready to maybe tackle a long-term project, because I think the issue is people tend to overscope the projects that they work on, and it's not until you give yourself a deadline of a week and then you're able to figure out what you can do in a week with a busy life. Well, not even maybe a busy life, just a normal life where you have a job and friends, or maybe you have a kid, maybe you go to school, right? And just trying to balance all of those things at once. A game jam really does a good job of giving you a chance to sort of vertical slice how much time you're able to put into something, how long different things take, because when you're in a long-term project, you can kind of dabble, you can kind of jump around. You could say, well, today I might work a little bit on some menu stuff, or maybe I'll spend the next couple of days working on graphics, right? And you can kind of mosey on along, what kind of, whatever. So, I mean, I'm going to say, if you're looking to go into a game jam, go to itch.io/jams. This is a really awesome place to look for jams. It's got this really cool calendar of jams that are currently happening, tons and tons of them. Jams that are currently happening, jams in the future, and it gives you a timeline of days. And then you can just click on one from here. Looks like this one's every week. Weekly jam 123, which means if you went and you made, you could make, if you just joined this, 123 jams ago, you'd have made 123 games by now. Small games, yeah, sure. But that could be 123 prototypes that you can build into something larger. Or 123 little games that you can release as is and then put that on your website or in a portfolio. I'm trained as an artist, like from college, not a game designer. So I really think of a lot of things as like either you put it into the world, and you can make money off of that thing, or you can put it into your portfolio and then you can say, hey, this is a body of work I've created. You apply to a small games company, indie development studio, or, something along those lines, and you say, hey, or maybe a creative director job or a job doing programming. You could say, hey, well, I've worked on, these 20 small game projects, and maybe they won, or maybe, they have X amount of views on them, or, what have you. But it shows that you've completed projects. And I mean, working on large projects, they're gonna keep you stuck, kind of in the cycle of like working on that single project forever, and it feels like it'll never end. And I just think a game jam would be a good way for a lot of people to like break up the sort of I'm not going to say necessarily monotony, because game design offers like the ability for you to like have new problems to try and figure out every day, or every time you sit down at your computer, a new bug fix or what have you. But I mean, to help you step away from your project for a little while and maybe gain a new perspective. So I'd say definitely, if you guys are interested in the game jam I'm in, I'll be doing a stream throughout the week, and you can come in and watch me while I work on this game jam game. Hopefully I'll be in another game jam at the end of the month. Maybe I might join it if I have the time. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to check down in the description is my game in alpha, Be Aggressive. Please do me a favor. If you check it out, please rip it apart. If you get to the end of the demo, there'll be a feedback Google form. And that, or maybe the comment section of itch.io or this YouTube page. I'd love if you were to just come and like tear my game apart and break it. Tell me where the bugs are. Tell me where it's not fun. Tell me where it is fun. And like we can really help. You can really help me in pushing my game forward and pushing it to where it needs to be. And I want to thank everyone who's already played. I've had like 45 or so downloads, and that's 45 people who decided to play a game that wasn't finished, knowing full well that it wasn't finished. And I want to thank everyone for the feedback. If you guys are thinking of going into a game jam, I think you should, if you have the time. And even if you maybe don't have the time, see how much you can squeeze in to a couple hours and make a project that, you might be happy to show the world. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.